In today's Inpatient Audit Files case, we'll look at a common vascular access coding issue when a TIVAD is mistaken for a tunneled catheter or assigned the wrong approach, resulting in an incorrect DRG. My name is Claire and I'm an inpatient coding auditor and educator. In my coding tips and tricks videos, you'll discover valuable insights to help sharpen your medical coding skills and code with confidence. If that sounds like something that would be helpful to you, please consider subscribing so you can be notified whenever I release new content. This case involved a patient with metastatic pancreatic cancer who required long-term vascular access for treatment. Documentation described placement of a right chest port, including creation of a subcutaneous pocket and insertion of the port into that pocket. The procedure was originally coded as insertion of a tunneled vascular access device. However, the documentation identifies a chest port placed within a surgically created subcutaneous pocket, supporting assignment of a totally implantable vascular access device. The code assignment was revised from 0JH63XZ, insertion of tunneled vascular access device into chest subcutaneous tissue and fascia percutaneous approach, to 0JH60WZ, insertion of totally implantable vascular access device into chest subcutaneous tissue and fascia open approach. This PCS code revision changed the procedure from a tunneled vascular access device percutaneous approach to a totally implantable vascular access device open approach and moved the case into a surgical DRG. The case shifted from MS-DRG 436, malignancy of hepatobiliary system or pancreas with a CC, to MS-DRG 424, other hepatobiliary or pancreas OR procedures with a CC. In this case, both the device character and the approach were coded incorrectly. Next, let's look at a different audit finding where the device character was coded correctly, but the approach character was coded incorrectly, resulting in DRG impact. This patient had duodenal adenocarcinoma with malignant biliary obstruction and required long-term vascular access for treatment. The procedure involved placement of a right chest port. Unlike our previous example, the device character was assigned correctly as a totally implantable vascular access device. However, the approach character was reported as percutaneous rather than open. When we review the documentation, we see several important details. The physician documented making an incision and then creation of a port pocket using blunt dissection. The port was placed into the pocket and then the incision was closed. These details support an open approach for the insertion of the vascular access device. As a result, the code assignment was revised from 0JH63WZ, insertion of totally implantable vascular access device into chest subcutaneous tissue and fascia percutaneous approach, to 0JH60WZ, insertion of totally implantable vascular access device into chest subcutaneous tissue and fascia open approach. In this case, the device character was assigned correctly, but the approach character was coded incorrectly. This revision of the approach from percutaneous to open moved the case into a surgical DRG. As a result, the DRG shifted from MS-DRG 374, digestive malignancy with MCC, to MS-DRG 356, other digestive system OR procedures with MCC. This case demonstrates that even when the device character is assigned correctly, an incorrect approach character can still have significant impact on DRG assignment. Now let's review an actual operative report and identify the documentation clues that support assignment of both the TIVAD device character and the open approach. Let's walk through this operative report and identify the documentation clues that support coding this as a totally implantable vascular access device rather than a tunneled vascular access device. The report documents that an incision was made on the left chest and a pocket was created with blunt dissection. Next, a tunneling device was utilized to bring the catheter from the port site to the jugular vein, and the catheter was then advanced into its final position in the right atrium. The report also documents that the incision was closed with sutures and dermabond. For PCS code selection, the key documentation elements we want to focus on are incision with creation of a port pocket, placement of an implanted port, and closure of the incision. Those documentation clues support assignment of 0JH60WZ, insertion of totally implantable vascular access device into chest subcutaneous tissue and fascia open approach. You'll also assign a code for the insertion of the infusion catheter into the right atrium via a percutaneous approach. However, from an audit perspective, it's the TIVAD code that drives the OR procedure status and DRG impact. One important point I want to call out is the documentation stating a tunneling device was utilized. This is where coders can sometimes get tripped up. Tunneling the catheter does not mean this was a tunneled vascular access device. With a TIVAD, the tunneling device simply creates a subcutaneous pathway for the catheter between the implanted port and the venous access site. The distinction is what the catheter connects to on the device side. In this case, the catheter connects to an implanted port located within a surgically created pocket. With a tunneled vascular access device, the catheter instead goes through that tunnel to exit the body in a separate external exit site, leaving a portion of the device external to the patient. So despite documentation describing tunneling, the documentation in this case supports assignment of a TIVAD with an open approach, not a tunneled vascular access device. Finally, let's review the key points that can help you avoid this coding error. A totally implantable vascular access device, or TIVAD, includes an implanted port that is placed within a surgically created pocket beneath the skin. A tunneled vascular access device is different because a portion of the catheter remains external to the body and exits through a separate access site. One of the most common mistakes is assuming that any documentation describing tunneling of the catheter automatically means a tunneled vascular access device was placed. As we saw in the op report example, that's not necessarily the case. Instead, focus on the documentation clues that identify whether the procedure involved a TIVAD versus a tunneled line. Look for documentation of an incision, creation of a pocket, placement of a port, and surgical closure of that incision. These details support a totally implantable vascular access device with an open approach for insertion of the vascular access device. Also remember that both procedures require coding of an infusion catheter in addition to the vascular access device itself. The infusion catheter placement will be via a percutaneous approach. Most importantly, don't base your coding decision on a single word in the procedure note. Review the entire procedure and determine whether the documentation supports an implanted port within a subcutaneous pocket or an externally accessible tunneled catheter. That difference drives the PCS device character selection and can have a significant impact on OR procedure status and DRG assignment. So that's it for today's quick tip. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if there's any topics that you would like me to cover in the future, leave a comment below and I'll add them to my list. If you'd like a PDF of the presentation, check out the membership link in the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coding!